You know the feeling. You're just minding your own business, and you sense it. A pair of tiny eyes have locked onto you, and they are not looking away.
It's this deep, intense gaze that feels like they're downloading your entire history. It's kind of cute, but also a little weird, right? And it makes all of us wonder the same thing.
Well, it's definitely not just you. And what we're learning is that this seemingly simple stare is one of the most important things a baby does. It is not a blank look at all. It's a tiny brain working at full capacity to figure out how to be human. So today, let's break down exactly what's going on behind those wide eyes.
Okay, so first up, the most basic reason. A baby is staring at you because they are literally learning how to see. Think about it. From the second they're born, babies are actually hardwired to prefer human faces over any other pattern. Their vision is still pretty blurry. It's best focused at about the distance between being held in your arms and seeing your face. But even in that fuzzy view, you are the main event. They're learning to tell you apart from everyone else, and that's how they start to build that fundamental sense of safety and connection.
And what's really fascinating is where they look isn't random at all. Eye tracking studies have shown this incredible journey. Around 4 months old, it's all about your eyes. But then, somewhere between 6 and 8 months, something amazing happens. Their focus shifts very deliberately down to your mouth. Now, why would they do that? Well, it's because they've hit a critical window for learning language. They are watching the shapes your lips make, matching the sounds they hear with the movements they see. They are literally reverse engineering speech right in front of you.
But they aren't just learning the mechanics of how to talk. They're also learning the language of emotion. And your face, that's their textbook.
Developmental psychologists have a name for this. It's called social referencing. Long before a baby understands words like safe or careful, they understand the look on your face. You know, if a new person walks into the room, what's the first thing they do? They look at you. A smile from you says, hey, it's okay, you're safe. But a worried expression tells them to be cautious.
These famous still face experiments show just how crucial this is. A parent is playing with their baby. Everything's great, and then suddenly the parent puts on a blank, neutral expression. And almost immediately, the baby gets distressed. They'll try everything they can to get a reaction. It's powerful proof that for a baby, your facial response is like emotional oxygen. They absolutely need it to feel secure.
So that stare is really a form of active data collection. They're cataloging every smile, every frown, every surprised look. They are building this complex, real-time emotional map of the world, and they're using your face as their compass.
But it gets even deeper. This gaze isn't just psychological. It's profoundly biological. It's actually forging a physical connection between your brain and theirs.
Just pause and think about that for a second. That eye contact is an active biological signal. It's not just a baby looking at something. It's a developing brain actively reaching out to connect with a mature one.
So get this. Research from the University of Cambridge found that when you and your baby make direct eye contact, your brainwaves literally start to sync up. This neural synchrony actually makes it easier to communicate and for them to learn. At the same time, it triggers a flood of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both of you. That chemical rush strengthens your emotional bond and reinforces the very brain circuits your baby will use for attention, memory, and emotion for the rest of their life.
Okay, so we've established that an intense stare is a fantastic sign of a healthy, busy little brain. But what if it's not happening? It's really helpful to know what's typical and when it might be a good idea to chat with a doctor. The key thing to remember is that staring, gazing, and focusing on faces, these are all really positive signs of development. So it's usually the consistent lack of this kind of engagement that you'd want to pay attention to.
This chart is a great little guide. In those first few months, you just want to see them start to focus on faces. By about 4 months, any of that early eye crossing should mostly be gone, and their gaze starts to feel more social. The general rule of thumb is, if your baby consistently avoids eye contact or just doesn't seem to be responding to faces over time, it's always worth mentioning to your pediatrician.
And look, remember that every baby hits these milestones on their own schedule, but nobody on earth knows your baby better than you do. If you have that gut feeling that something's not quite right with their vision or how they're interacting, trust that instinct. It's always better to ask. So let's bring this all home. The next time you find yourself caught in that intense, unblinking baby stare, I really hope you see it in a whole new light.
Because in that one simple act, this whole universe of development is happening. They are learning to see, they're learning to recognize the people they love, They're learning to read your emotions, to build the foundations for speech, and to forge a deep biological connection with you.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? That innocent gaze isn't passive at all. It's this incredibly powerful tool, perfected over millennia of evolution, designed for one critical purpose: to connect with you and download everything it needs to know. So the next time a baby locks eyes with you, the best thing you can do is really simple. Just stare back.